book of Hosea, chapter 8 in the King James Version. Set the trumpet to thy mouth. He shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. Israel shall cry unto me, My God, we know thee. Israel hath cast off the thing that is good. The enemy shall pursue him. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. Thy calf, O Samaria, hath cast thee off. Mine anger is kindled against them. How long will it be ere they attain to innocency? For from Israel was it also. The workman made it. Therefore it is not God. But the calf of Samaria shall be broken in pieces. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind. It hath no stalk. The bud shall yield no meal. If so be it yield, the strangers shall swallow it up. Israel is swallowed up. Now shall they be among the Gentiles, as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. For they are gone up to Assyria, a wild mule alone by himself. Ephraim hath hired lovers. Yea, though they have hired among the nations, now will I gather them, and they shall sorrow a little for the burden of the king of princes. Because Ephraim hath made many altars to sin. Altars shall be unto him to sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, but they were counted as a strange thing. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifices of mine offerings, and eat it. But the Lord accepteth them not. Now will he remember their iniquity, and visit their sins. They shall return to Egypt. For Israel hath forgotten his Maker, and buildeth temples, and Judah hath multiplied fenced cities. But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. Okay, so there was a lot here, sermon upon sermon. But there is several different points in this chapter alone. Listen to this and bring past to present. So Hosea is talking to Israel. He's talking to Judah and Israel, and he's telling them that they have decided to go on their own. That the people, the nation, has decided to go and do things on its own, to take life and to go about it on their own, because they want to reflect other societies around them. They want to reflect what they think, what they believe, what they feel is necessary and right and just. And starts in verse 2. Israel shall cry unto me, My God, we know thee. Israel hath cast off the thing that is good. The enemy shall pursue him. So they have decided that they are going to take the lead. They're releasing God from being God, and they are now going to take the lead. And with that comes their own desires, their own wants, their own needs, their ownness, what they believe is just and what they believe is right. And if that is keeping somebody beyond the time frame of work, because in this time frame, one could be in debt to another and work for that person, but they were to work up to the point to pay off the debt and not continue. Whereas in these days of the kings, it was very common for someone to continually work and to continually to be indebted to the person that they were working for, because there was always a reason. You worked on the land, and the land and that time had to be charged, even though you were working for me, even though you were working the land and you were collecting produce or what have you, or helping mend fences, or help make things grain or oils or you name it. But just you being around and you having to eat and you having to drink, all of those things cost too. And that has to be added on top of your debt. So people were extending debts. They were also keeping people past the year of Jubilee, past the time of the debt being paid back. They were also reflecting laws and rules and things of nations around them, such as thinking oneself as better and more important than others. They decided that they were chosen. No one else. No one else. There was the God that lived in Israel. But they would free to worship other things and create other things. Because, when Israel and Judah split, the warlord who took over Israel, he decided to make a calf. He decided to make an image and say, this is your God, and place it in Samaria. And please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, of course. And you can see that in 2 Kings, 2 Chronicles. He took this when right after Solomon, the son of Solomon, the kingdom split in two. And the king of Israel did not want the people to return to Jerusalem to worship God. So he created another temple in Israel. Again, perverting, changing, manipulating, moving the goalpost, you name it, that's what they were doing. And it continues. They have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, that they may be cut off. The Lord is jealous God, and he told them before even entering into the promised land that worship no other God besides me. That was part of the commandments that they received in Sinai. That was part of all of the laws and the rules that they received in order to be holy. God is holy, so they are to be holy. And yet, they chose to have a king. Remember, time and time again, before the time of the kings, they had judges. The Lord would provide them with someone like Moses, like Joshua, like Samson, people who could judge Israel, who were in themselves seeking the Lord, and through that seeking of the Lord were able to help the whole nation. But they demanded a king. They demanded one. And so Samuel was told, it's not a rejection of you. It's not a rejection of how you feel about the people not wanting to take responsibility. It's a rejection of worshiping God, of God being the ruler, God being their king. And with that, they were rejecting responsibility. They were rejecting their own integrity, bringing past to present. Does this sound familiar? How someone can build themselves so high up that it's recognizable to a disgust, because it goes beyond a pride that is built on trust. It goes beyond a pride that's built on reliance, and also someone who also does not blame others but takes responsibility. Whereas when it starts to show of arrogance and pride, it starts to show of conceitedness. And it's saying that, you know what? I can do these things. I can pick and choose what is righteous. I can pick and choose what is good for me. It may not be good for others, but at least it is good for me. Think about that. Who's actually guiding your life? Before we go on, though, what kind of thoughts or feelings come to your mind when we read over this? How does it make you feel and what does it make you think?